Hey guys, it's Hunter from Burbs. Welcome to the final digest. This week we're going to be touching on 3 singles: MIA by SSGKobe, Holy Smokes by Lil Uzi Vert and Trippie Redd, and Since99 and Kenny Beats Mutombo.
Okay, let's get right to it. First and foremost, SSGKobe just released MIA this past weekend. He's one of Zach Via's affiliates. He's been on an absolute tear recently. First time I heard SSGKobe was on What Are You Doing? Calabasas with Snot also released this year. Where do you stand as far as your excitement level is concerned with his upcoming album that is coming soon?
MIA by SSGKobe was amazing. The video by Cole Bennett, excellent. I love the Nightmare Before Christmas. Nods, I thought it was very cool how stylized. To me, he is not only one of the most talented underground hip-hop artists right now, but one of the most promising just in terms of the absolute cult fan base he's created, his consistent discography. He is going to be next. I can consider him to be in the S tier of the young emerging stars right now.
SSGKobe is not an artist that's been on my personal radar. I haven't been listening to him, so MIA kind of served as an introductory track for me. I really enjoyed the track, and so I started exploring his Spotify page and found a few other tracks like Calabasas that I really enjoyed. That being said, in terms of a full-length album, yeah, I'm definitely excited, and when it drops, it's something I'll for sure check out.
So I've been listening to SSGKobe for a couple months now, and I really do enjoy his music. And MIA, I enjoyed right off the bat. I think the chorus is super catchy. I love the instrumental. My only gripe with the track would have to be the verse. It's just a little bit on the generic side for me. In terms of excitement for his album, I am excited. This track definitely got me more hype regardless of the verse. I think the way he put together the track, you could tell it's really polished. I'm excited to see what he can do in like a full-length project.
Trippie Redd has pulled out the big guns for his 2 most recent singles. He got Playboy on Miss the Rage, which is an absolute thumper. I personally think it's one of the best songs of the year. And he also got Lil Uzi Vert on his newest track, Holy Smokes. Those are 2 of the hottest trap artists alive. Where do you stand as far as Trippie Redd when he's getting compared to Uzi and Playboy? Relatively genius artists on his 2 single tracks. Did he get showed up? Did he show out?
So Ralph is obviously a huge Mr. Rage fan. I'm pretty sure he's called it his #1 song of the year so far. I'm not in the same boat as him. I enjoy Mr. Rage. I liked Holy Smokes, but I don't think they're gonna be 2 tracks that I'm gonna be playing all the time and listening to on repeat all the time. And in terms of how Trippie fared amongst his counterparts, Playboy Carti, Lil Uzi Vert, I think he definitely kind of took a back seat. I feel like when you get a feature like a Lil Uzi or a Carti, you kind of know that you're taking that back seat because, you know, at least for me, I'm flooding to those tracks to hear those artists, hear those features and how they complement Trippie. But at the end of the day, I'm there for them.
In terms of how Trippie Redd has fared amongst today's trap artists, for me, he doesn't quite do it for me. I understand the appeal for a lot of people. Not my cup of tea. I did think Miss the Rage was and is one of the best songs of the year. It's just gorgeous. The new Uzi track didn't really do it for me at all, if I'm gonna be honest.
Mr. Rage was a good song and it had its moment. I think Trippie definitely outperformed Carti on that song, just wasn't a big fan. It never really stuck in my rotation though, and Holy Smokes, it's not something I'd listen to over and over again. I think Uzi had a really good verse. I think it blew Trippie out the water. I'm just not a big Trippie Redd guy. I personally like Holy Smokes better. I think it has more potential just strictly because of the Uzi verse. I think in terms of Trippie Redd matching up with Uzi and Carti, I mean, I think he's close to that level, but I don't think he'll ever reach what Carti and Uzi are at.
Ever since Trippie Redd has dropped A Love Letter to You 3, I feel like Trippie Redd's kind of had a sharp decline. I feel his energy has dropped. His once voice that was a great music with trap artists and it really fit like trap instrumentals very well, has kind of died off and his sound has gotten a little old. Because for a run from A Love Letter 1 all the way to Can't Trip and then to 3, he was undeniably one of the best trap artists. But with these 2 singles, I know that they've got a little bit of hype because you have Playboy Carti and Lil Uzi Vert, but I feel like it still is underwhelming to me. Trippie doesn't even seem to bring his real energy that he has been for so many different tracks, and I feel like that Trippie Redd has kind of been a downfall. Even though these instrumentals are decent, or I don't know, sound like alluring in some way, I just don't know if I can necessarily fully agree with it. And gonna say this is just kind of a weak trap single and nothing really to say anything about. Hopefully you have another album, but exclamation point, A Love Letter 4, 2, 4, all kind of just been not my favorite. So hopefully that Trippie Redd can get back on that way.
Since99, he has scaled his way up from a laughable Twitter meme who kind of sounded like a chemistry teacher with tantalizing bars to somebody that has a fucking Kenny Beats instrumental. Where do you stand as far as this track is concerned? I don't know, he's grown on me a little bit, I'll be honest. He might have like a vanilla flow, but anytime you drop a Jadavian Clowney reference or like a Miles Garrett or, you know, any kind of sports reference, I'm in.
I love Since99. I'm so happy he finally got to work with Kenny Beats. I love Mutombo. Pretty much everything about it was hilarious. Bars. He literally said, mixing hair on Preston with the furry Crocs. I got a Smith & Wesson shooter like Kevin Knox. Like, don't play with him. Like, he's for real.
I remember seeing Since99's first Twitter video when it first came out, and hearing him back to it for the first time. I'm like, wow, this guy's got like funny bars, but in such a monotone, like funny voice. You know how he's like, just kind of, it sounds like even a joke. Some of his bars are so funny and like on the border of corny, but he really does a really good job making more funny and stuff like that. And I think with this Kenny Beats production, hearing those loud horns everywhere was so hilarious, and I think he really killed it in this song. And I think that Since99 is an artist to look forward to, and I'm excited to see him in the future.
I like Since99. I think he's funny, and I think that he took that video that went viral and made it into something. And I think that's really impressive, and I think it really speaks to the power of the internet and how accessible artistry is nowadays. Comedic rap is definitely a huge subsection, and people really kind of lean into it. It seems to go well, whether you want to consider it rap or hip hop and put it in the same conversation as some other artists, that's up to you. I think the fact that Since99 has a track with Kenny Beats, who is, I think, widely recognized as one of the most notable producers in hip hop working today, this weird fucking internet culture that we live in where the dude can rap like a chemistry teacher and get a song like this made. And Mutombo's a fun track, good for Since99.
Since99 is not someone I listen to on like a regular basis, but I really did like Mutombo. I did like the beat, which is weird because that's typically not the type of instrumental I like. But I think Kenny Beats and Since99 did a good job coming together and really understanding what type of music that he makes and how to mix it up without going too out of the box. I think this song was like a home run, if that's what you want to call it. I think they did a great job piecing together the sound.